Hey, it's Ken with Casual Furniture World. Today we are going to be visiting some of the new fireplaces we have installed on our showroom floor here in Winston-Salem. Some new and exciting fireplaces that offer heat and some new ambiance, as well as, some new features. So the first one we're looking at here is a new introduction to the industry from RH Peterson. It's their Flame-Enhanced Logs. It is a vented log set that is paired with their G45 vented burner. This set, what it basically does is there is a backer log on this set that raises up the log, so it not only helps give some radiant heat into your living space, but it also raises the flame height of the set too. So there are about 5 to 7 sets of logs that are available with this technology. And the G45 burner you can do in electronic ignition, meaning your pilot light can be off and your remote will turn your pilot on as well as turn your set on. You can have a standing pilot with a variable remote, meaning your remote will control flame height as well as turn just your set on. Your pilot will have to be lit manually if it goes out. Or you can have a millivolt system, meaning you can control it via a light switch if you want to control it that way, or it does come with the remote that is just on off, so you can't control flame heights. You'd have to do that manually. So as you can see, great ambiance, huge ember bed. We have accented this with our log enhancement kit. So with that kit you get some additional lava rock, you get some additional miniature logs that you see in the front here, so just spruces up the fireplace, and that kit is about $91. But this is the Charred Majestic Oak. This is what we're showing on our floor. This set will heat about 800 square feet on high. We show it with the variable option, meaning the remote that will just turn the set on off and control flame height. And you can get this down to a nice simmer, which is great. But I love RH Peterson. They're one of the oldest brands in the industry. They have so many different options. We'll look at some of their other log options that we show on some other burners here in a second, but the 3 logs we'll look at here shortly are also flame enhanced options that you can get. So I'll show you 3 other logs that you can get if you don't like the way these Charred Majestic Oaks look. So this is our new Real Fyre RH Peterson display rack. It isn't live burning, but the cool thing we have done is done QR codes to show you how these work, how you can view them live burning via video by just scanning the QR code in store. These are 3 additional logs that are available via flame enhancement or not, so you can do them either way. And we have them shown on 3 different burner systems from RH Peterson that are also vented. For fireplaces that are a little tighter, that G45 burner does take up a lot of space. So if you don't have a huge fireplace, maybe you have a tapered fireplace, a really steep tapered fireplace, this G46 burner is tapered, so it works great for that situation. It comes in all the same options, meaning millivolt, variable electronic ignition. You can do all of those things as well, like we talked about on the last set. This is the Golden Oak Designer Plus, which is part of the Designer series. There are 3 series in the log section for vented logs with RH Peterson. There is the Designer series, there are the Charred series, and then there's the Classic series. So you can choose the series you want based on what type of log you like. So many different log options. So if you don't see a log you like in this video today, you can easily go to realfyre.com and look at all their options. The second set that we see here is the G31 series. The cool thing about this is it is a 2-tiered burner. So this has a really tall flame. If you have a really tall fireplace and you're not going to do the flame enhanced option, this is a cool set. It has a really tall flame, and this is the Charred Mountain Birch. So if you like a birch log, you like that white log look and the charred in the middle, this is a cool look. This is one of the newer log sets. The thing I tell people with vented logs is they do create, because it's higher BTUs, more soot. So just because of the carbon monoxide. So you are venting these, so there's nothing to worry about, no danger in having soot or carbon monoxide, but that will collect on the logs. So your beautiful birch logs may get some black on them. We do sell spray, gas log renewer spray that you can spray on this while they are on, and it will clean your logs for you, as well as we do services with our gas techs. You can schedule that on a yearly basis for us to come out and clean your logs for you. But the last one you see here, if you have an outdoor fireplace, you do need stainless steel burner. The reason for that is steel burners will rust. Even if it's in a covered area, that burner with our humidity level here in North Carolina will rust over time, and you will be replacing it. So having an all stainless steel burner, this is the G45 all stainless steel burner. It has electronic ignition, which is great, because if you have a burner outside and it's a standing pilot, meaning you have to light the pilot manually, the problem with that is your pilot can go out just with some wind. So by having electronic ignition outside and your remote turning your pilot on, that's a huge bonus for you. You then can just press on, light your pilot, and then it will turn your set on. So this is showing the charred oak. I really like the way the charred oak looks. You have the charred in the middle and a nice oak looking log. So that's a really popular log as well. You also can do that in a manual option, which I wouldn't recommend unless you like getting down there and lighting your set every single time. So these are some very few of many options that you can do. 3 additional burner systems that you can do with RH Peterson, but more options that we didn't show last year. So great to show some additional options for our customers. So this is our Carolina Campfire. It's an exclusive log set we have only here at Casual Furniture World from Hargrove Log Company. This is a radiant heat log set. We talked about that on our flame enhanced options, getting radiant heat. Vented sets traditionally are purely decorative, meaning all your heat goes up your chimney. The great thing with the radiant heat sets is you get about 30 to 35% of the heat into your space. So the great thing with this new burner that we've got here, this is the new Stealth burner, and it is an electronic ignition burner, which is great. So the Stealth burner hides your controls, it hides your valve, it hides your remote control. It's all protected and insulated on the side of the burner, so you're not going to have your remote control receiver box melting because it gets too close to the flame or anything like that. So they really thought about it. They also brought up the backer log that helps radiate heat out a little bit higher, so you do get a little bit better performance with previous generations we had with this log set. So a lot more heat, better glow, you know, overall just a really great aesthetically pleasing set for customers. So we love our Carolina Campfire. It's probably been our best seller for the last 3 to 4 to 5 years. Maybe we've had it for several years now. This is probably the 3rd or 4th generation that we've had, and it is the 1st generation of electronic ignition that we've shown on our floors. So you can control flame height with this. Your pilot light is off. Your remote will turn your pilot light on and then turn your set on, which is really nice. So you pay a little bit more money for that feature. It's normally, you know, anywhere from $300 to $400 additional. So if you don't want that feature, we absolutely can order you a standing pilot option on any of the sets that we've talked about with electronic ignition. Or if it doesn't come with electronic ignition on our floor, we absolutely can add electronic ignition. So just keep that in mind while we look at a lot of the different sets here today. But all these sets come anywhere from 18 inches in some sets with RH Peterson, we can go as big as 72 inches. So those 72 inches, you might not have the option of electronic ignition, but you can get that big if you have a really huge fireplace up in the mountains and you need a big log set. We can absolutely find one for you. Hey, this is the new G23 Fyre Spheres from RH Peterson. It is a vent-free option, so we have been waiting for a reliable vent-free sphere option for the last couple years. We have had one, but it hadn't been super reliable, so getting this option on our floor is exciting. So some customers really want a more modern option for in a vent-free. So this is a on-off, comes with the remote control millivolt system, so you can hook this up to a wall switch if you want, or it does come with the remote that is an on-off. You can upgrade to electronic ignition if you like. That electronic ignition's gonna be on-off, but it will turn the pilot on and then will turn the unit on for an additional amount of money. You do have different options with your sphere colors. We show the light gray here on our floor. There also is black. We also have Carrera, which is like a white with a veining in it. Looks a lot like marble. And then we also have like a black marble with like a light colored veining in it that just came out. The sphere pricing does vary based on color, so the light gray is the least expensive or the most cost effective. The black with the light veining is going to be the most expensive, so it just depends on what is your fancy and what coloration you want. They only offer this in two sizes. This is the 24-inch. We also offer the 18-inch. They have not come out with a 30-inch set yet, so if you have a huge fireplace or a larger fireplace for vent-free, you're not going to be able to do anything huge yet. But this is a 42-inch fireplace, which is probably what most of our customers have max size wise, and this doesn't look tiny in it as a 24-inch set, so just keep that in mind. You don't have to go with a 30-inch set if you have a 42-inch opening. We actually recommend doing a 24-inch set. So we have spruced this up by doing some black glass on the floor here, so you can see you can spruce it up by doing some black glass on the floor of your fireplace. Really does make it look more modern and aesthetically pleasing. And you can get that, you know, this is probably maybe 10 to 15 pounds of glass, and that could be anywhere from $100 to $200. So we can do that with any fireplace if you don't want to do lava rock, which is what traditionally people do in fireplaces. But we're really excited about having the G23 on our floor and having options, and by the time next week we should have the other fireball options here on our showroom floor, so you can visually see what the colors look like. So we have two new sets here in our back corner that I'm also very excited about. They both are vent free. We brought in the Dynamo, which gives you a nice chunky log option from Menessen. Menessen traditionally is going to do millivolt systems, meaning you can control it via a wall switch if you want to make it easy on yourself, or you can upgrade and do a remote control for an additional, you know, 175 bucks I think it's going for right now, and it's just an on-off remote. Most of Menessen's options are going to come with this little mini log that just allows you to turn it on and off, which is nice and convenient. But you know, this is a very good looking set. It's different looking than anything else that we have on our showroom floor, with the angled logs and the beefy look. Great coloration. I like the way it looks, and it's a different burner than we've carried in the past. So, you know, it's got the 3-tiered flame, you know, kind of the charred look. So for a lower price point than some of the other options we've looked at today, it's a really good looking set. And we do have the Berkeley Oak, which is one of our top sellers, is also from Menessen and looks very similar to this. Maybe not with the angled logs and this coloration, but the Dynamo we're expecting to be a pretty good seller for us. The one below, I didn't get it lit today, but this is the Weathered Oak by Grand Canyon. This is an electronic ignition system, so It is variable, so you can control flame height. The remote will turn the pilot on and then turn the unit on, which is nice because we don't show electronic ignition on a lot of our vent-free units over here. So this is the only one I believe we have on our showroom floor in electronic ignition and vent-free. We can get pretty much all our sets in electronic ignition, so don't worry. If you like the way a set looks, we can get it in electronic ignition. This set does come in several different log configurations, so you can do it in 3 other log configurations if you don't like the coloration of this set. There are like a birch, a red oak, there are and 1 additional log set that you can do. So has a very interesting puck remote, so different than anything else out there. That makes it stand out a little bit for the remote. But another addition, hopefully, that I think the logs have great coloration to them, you know, great safety features with the electronic ignition. You know, so I feel good about this log set and all the other sets that we have on our floor. We have, you know, 5 or 6 other vent-free log sets that we're not showing today, and 2 to 4 other vented sets that we're not talking about today, as well as direct vent systems that will have a separate video, and electric sets that will have a separate video on. So we are a full showroom for Fireplace. So if you're looking for Fireplaces, this is the place to come to here in the Triad. So hopefully this shows you some of the new additions to our floor. We're very excited about them because it gives us a different look and a different category in both vented and vent-free. Probably the biggest overhaul of additions to our floor in my tenure here is 7 years. So our team is very excited about the new additions and the new technology that we have on our showroom floor. Thanks so much.